Good morning. I'm on the go again. I have a church in Friendswood, Texas, south of Houston, a 3.5 hour drive away, that I'm going to do a little work with the staff there. But I got to get there and get back today because tomorrow I drive to Corpus Christi to preach at our church that's there and talk to them about getting their next pastor. So I got home like 10 o'clock last night from my time in Milwaukee at my COP meeting. And now I got these things today and tomorrow, Sunday. But it's a beautiful day in Texas, and it's a great day to be on the road and a good day to share God's thoughts. My verse for the day is Ephesians 4:26. It's in the section of Ephesians where Paul is giving them rapid fire advice, God's injunctions on how to live as the Christian life. And he talks about not stealing any longer, and he talks about not being overcome with bitterness and not having coarse joking, and he talks about living the sanctified life. And then he says, in your anger do not sin, and do not let the sun go down while you are still angry, and do not therefore give the devil a foothold. And this is a huge thing, dealing with anger. Everyone at one time or another will experience anger. Anger is not sin. Anger often is the result of sin, but it's not sin itself. It could be the result of somebody else's sin against you, or it could be a result of your own failings, but you're blaming other people. Anger is an emotion, and we often do something bad with anger, like blow up or say things that we shouldn't, or try to use it to force others to make us happy by shouting and expressing our anger. There are so many wrong ways to deal with anger. And if you deal with it wrongly, it doesn't go away. It has to be dealt with properly to be resolved. I discovered about 10 years ago a great book, and I want to show it to you. It's called Anger, Handling a Powerful Emotion. It's written by a counselor named Gary Chapman. He's a Christian and a counselor. And it is a wonderful book, Anger, Taming a Powerful Emotion. You can find it on Amazon. There's a lot of used copies for $4 or $5, maybe $8. And it's a fast read. And he does a great job of helping you understand anger, and then discerning between whether you're angry for a good reason or a wrong reason, and then how to gently confront someone if you're angry to get resolution for both of you, and how to forgive a person and lead them toward forgiveness, and then how to deal with bad anger and even have a conversation because you're angry over a situation that you and another person are in, and you feel like you both have ownership, but you really can't call it a sin, but you want to talk about it. He helps you navigate that space. It is just a great book, Anger, Handling or Taming a Powerful Emotion by Gary Chapman. It's red. It comes in different printings, but it's usually red and black and white on the front. But here's the deal. God is angry at our sin in his righteousness. And he used that anger from eternity to pressure him and enable him to do amazing things. Gary Chapman in his book says anger can be a positive emotion to lead you to action, like Mothers Against Drunk Drivers, because they're angry that their children were killed by drunk drivers. So they made an organization that has helped change the world, to change laws and change treatments for people who are drunk driving. So they channeled their anger to do good things. So God does the same thing. He channeled his anger to the cross to save our souls and to deal with the devil and what he had done and the sin that humanity had created. He took care of it and made it all go away in his righteousness and his righteous anger. Jesus used the anger to cleanse the temple twice in Jerusalem and to make a statement that fulfilled Scripture, which is part of our salvation. But the first thing you got to do is know why you're angry, to try to discern if it's angry about a true moral wrong against you, or just perceived wrong, or just because you're not getting your way. And then you start to deal with it in a godly way, and prayerfully look through the scriptures and find out what God would say about how to deal with each one. Matthew 18 talks about if you're angry about a sin someone committed against you, that you quietly go and talk to the person just between the two of you to win them over. You're not going to talk to them just to change their behavior so your life will be better, but you're actually doing it to win them over into a relationship. Galatians 6 says, you who are spiritual, restore a person gently, being careful yourselves so that you're not also tempted into sin. So talking to people, if you're angry or they're angry about sin, is a must. Matthew 18 and Matthew 6 say if you're upset, go talk to them. If they are upset, go talk to them. And talking to them with a listening heart and getting down to what's really going on and getting all the facts usually helps straighten out a whole lot of things, especially if you come at the conversation not with blame, but with help me understand. That's a great phrase to memorize, help me understand, so that I can understand what you're thinking and feeling. I'll tell you what I'm thinking and feeling, and we can resolve what's making us hurt, disappointed, or angry with one another. Anyway, that's Ephesians 4:26. Don't just let anger sit there. Figure out why you're angry. Figure out if it's a good reason or a bad reason. Go and talk to people. Listen with your heart. Be ready to forgive. And look up Ephesians 4:32 when you hang up from this devotion. It'll tell you what to do in a relationship when it's time to forgive. And it'll give you, in that little verse, Ephesians 4:32, the power to forgive also. See if you can find it there. Have a great day, a great weekend. It's Palm Sunday, and I hope you're getting excited about the thoughts of Easter that bring the thoughts of the resurrection.